What's up, my fellow artists? I hope you guys are good. Have you guys been holding up? Hope you guys have been creating amazing pieces and just making the world a better place with art. Because trust me, art is the only thing we have as artists. So today I'm just going to be dropping a quick one, and I'm just going to be talking about design process, because I know you guys always ask me how do I get to come up with concept? How do I get to create a final piece? How do I get to? So I'm just going to talk about my design process, and trust me, like I keep saying, it's just for me. I also learned from people and tweaked it till I got what worked for me. So this is just my opinion on the design process. It might not work for you, but there's nothing like too much information, so you just hear what I have to say, and if it works for you, good, you could just apply it. But if it doesn't work for you, I know there's definitely something that I'm going to say here that's going to work for you, so you just pick it and work and just tweak it, and possibly it could work for you. So yeah, what's the design process? The design process is a thought process involved in putting together elements to create a final piece. Like, it's as simple as that. So it's just the thought process where you're sitting down and you're trying to conceptualize the whole idea. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. What do I have to do to get to get to where I want to get to? Because you already know what you want, but it's now the process involved in taking you from point A to point B. So that process, from the start to the finished piece, that is the design process. And yeah, this design process is actually applicable to every field of art. Some people have mastered it that they actually don't need to sit down and draft anything. They just handle a piece and hit it straight on, because they've understood the design process. But we who are still in our developmental stage actually advise we really take our time to map out your design process, and it's just easier when you have the design process figured out, because you already know, okay, this is what I'm doing, and it makes it easier and direct and straight to the point. Because with that, it's like a map for you. You already know where you're going to, and it makes the whole creative process enjoyable and interesting. So first thing first, when I want to design, I see my art like I'm trying to tell a story. So, and trying to tell a story, there are different elements that come together to make a perfect story. So for example, now if I'm making an artwork about a celebrity, I just try to tell a story in my own way about the celebrity. Like, what do I know about the celebrity? Is he an Afrobeat artist? Is he a rap artist? Is he a hip hop artist? Is he an R&B artist? So once you already know, okay, if it's an Afrobeat artist, you already know everything you have to do has to be African inspired. If it's R&B, definitely you're going to be using modern and modernized elements. If it's a rap artist, definitely you're going to be using all these drums. And so like, when you already know the direction you're going to with your story, that's how you're going to know the kind of elements you're going to put inside. So now, for example, let's say I'm doing an artwork on my favorite artist, Wizkid. I already know it's an Afrobeat artist, and definitely I'm going to be putting in some Afrobeat elements, like the talking drums. I'm going to be putting in all this saxophone. I'm going to be putting in everything. So I just have a paper where I write down all those things. Like, I just put down everything, as the ideas are coming. I put down everything. Where did Wizkid grow up? I know he grew up in Lagos, Nigeria, so I know definitely there's going to be a map of Nigeria somewhere. Do I want to put his age? So when I just have all these things down on paper, like the whole ideas put together, I just have them on paper. Then I now go back and I'll now be like, okay, which of these elements do I feel talks about Wizkid more? And I look at it, because definitely the whole idea of art is also to make it simple and enjoyable. Because if you go through my checklist now, you can see like over 10 to 15 or 20 things I know about Wizkid. I can't put all those 20 elements in one art. It's definitely going to make it busy. So I just have to look at that list and maybe, okay, which three is going to be more impactful compared to the rest. So I just pick them and just tweak them and just try to put them into the art to tell a story. Because apart from you looking at the piece and seeing Wizkid, what else can the artwork tell you, to further broaden your knowledge on Wizkid? And yeah, same thing is applicable to murals and graffiti design too. There's also a design process involved where, okay, a client contacts you for a space, and he wants you to give him ideas for what you're going to be doing in the space. You're definitely going to have to go back and make use of the design process. Okay, what theme has the client given you? He's giving you so theme to work with. Okay, so you now have to go now and write down elements you feel further elaborate and broadens the theme in your head. Okay, is it a restaurant? What's a restaurant for? when you ask yourself all those questions, you'll be able to come down to a comprehensive checklist where, okay, what elements do I need to put inside? Do I need to put in a figure? Do I need to just play around with forms? Do I need to play around with lines or just colors? So when you already have all those lined up, then you now come to your paper. You just have your rough outlines and you already know where you're going to. So, and I get to do all these rough lines just to know where I'm placing certain elements and certain things. And it actually really it helps a whole lot, because when you have these lines, you're doing them roughly, but you also know where you're heading to. Okay, this is actually where this is going to be. There's going to be a keyboard here, there's going to be drums by the side, there's also a drum machine, because this guy plays a drum machine. So you're just putting all these things there, putting him at the middle of everything, and just going on from there, like enjoying the entire design process. It might not be smooth and crisp as well, but you already know, okay, these are the elements I'm playing with, this is what I'm putting there, this and this is coming there. So like it just gives you a sense of direction. So you're just working, you're going, putting everything. You can see it's coming alive gradually. Because that's the whole essence of the design process. So it's not the final process. If it was the final process, we would have said, okay, final process, but this is just the design process. So you go from there, putting everything, and totally nice and good. So it's now when you're done with the whole setting up in your sketchbook, and you're okay with the way everything is placed properly, then you can now go on to the next phase, which is the inking layer. So here now you're just further defining everything you've put together in your design process. You're sure, okay, this is where I want this to be, this is where I want this to be, and everything is placed correctly. Then you now go in with your lines to further define everything properly, and then add colors and just finish and complete your piece. So this is how I get to do my design process, and it's been working for me so far. And I bet if you also just break it down like to this simple form, your design process is also going to be enjoyable, because like I keep saying, art is meant to be enjoyed. So if you're really not enjoying it, then you have to just look for ways to make it enjoyable to you. So that's basically how I get to do my design process. And if there's a better way that you guys have been using that's been working for you guys, like I keep saying, everybody is here to learn. So just drop it and we're going to talk about it. And please, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also new and trying to grow this platform. So kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also share this channel with a friend who is actually an art lover too. Let's try and grow this community. I thank you very much, and see you guys when we get to see again, and let's have fun.